At first glance, Slack and Microsoft Teams might look like just chat apps for work. But once you actually use them inside a growing business, you realize they shape how your entire team communicates. Slack keeps things fast, flexible, and open, while Teams builds a more organized system around your company's structure. And depending on your workflow, that difference can completely change productivity. So today, we go through both and help you decide which one actually fits your workflow. Let's get started. Right away, these two platforms give very different first impressions. When you open Slack for the first time, everything feels lightweight and approachable. You see channels on the left, conversations in the middle, direct messages underneath, and within a few minutes, you already understand how things work. And honestly, that simplicity becomes one of Slack's biggest strengths over time. Because even when your workspace gets busy, it rarely feels overwhelming. You move between channels quickly, conversations stay fluid, and everything feels designed around fast communication first. Microsoft Teams approaches things differently. Instead of giving you a lightweight chat-first environment, it tries to centralize your entire workflow from day one. So alongside chats, you immediately see meetings, calendars, files, apps, collaborative workspaces, and integrations sitting across the interface. At first, that can feel cluttered, but once you settle into it, you start realizing why Microsoft designed it that way. Because Teams is less about fast conversation and more about building a structured digital workplace where communication, collaboration, meetings, and documents all live together inside one ecosystem. So already you can feel two completely different philosophies here. Now, once your team actually starts growing, channel organization becomes incredibly important. And honestly, this is where these platforms start separating themselves even more. Slack revolves entirely around channels. You can create channels for projects, clients, departments, launches, brainstorming, support tickets, literally anything. And because everything feels flexible, people naturally create communication spaces as they need them. That freedom makes Slack feel very alive. For example, if your marketing team suddenly starts a campaign with external freelancers, you can spin up a shared channel immediately through Slack Connect and start collaborating without much setup. So communication feels fluid instead of heavily controlled. Teams takes a more enterprise-style approach. Instead of starting with channels directly, you first create a team. Then inside that team, you create channels underneath it. Now, initially, that structure can feel more rigid compared to Slack, but for larger companies, it actually creates much better separation between departments and workflows. Because once hundreds or even thousands of employees start collaborating, loose organization quickly becomes chaos. So Teams pushes more hierarchy intentionally. And honestly, this becomes one of the biggest deciding factors between them. Slack feels better for agile communication, while Teams feels better for controlled communication at scale. Then we get into messaging itself, which honestly feels very different between these platforms. Slack has always focused on making communication feel fast and conversational. Messages send instantly, reactions feel natural, formatting stays lightweight, and even notifications somehow feel less corporate. And weirdly enough, that changes how teams communicate over time. Because Slack encourages shorter, faster, more natural interactions. People ask quick questions, jump into lightweight discussions, react with emojis, and move conversations forward rapidly. It almost feels closer to consumer messaging apps, except optimized for work. Then, on top of that, Slack's search functionality remains incredibly strong. So even if your workspace has years of messages, you can usually pull up old conversations surprisingly fast through filters and modifiers. Teams feels more structured here too. Instead of optimizing purely for speed, it leans harder into formatted communication. So messages can include tables, rich formatting, embedded Office files, bullet points, and layouts that almost resemble mini project documents. And honestly, that becomes useful in larger organizations, because sometimes communication is not just about quick messages. Sometimes managers need structured updates, formal project notes, or detailed operational breakdowns directly inside conversations. So while Slack feels lighter and more conversational, Teams feels more documentation-friendly. Now, here's something people usually overlook until channels become extremely active: threads. Slack handles threads beautifully. Whenever somebody replies to a message, conversation opens neatly in a dedicated side pane. Because of that, main channel stays clean, while sub-conversations remain easy to follow separately. And once your team scales, this matters a lot more than people expect, because busy channels can become unreadable quickly without proper thread separation. Teams also supports threaded conversations, but replies stay more integrated into the main discussion flow. Now, some people prefer that because everything remains visible together in one stream, but during large discussions, conversations can start blending together more easily. So if your team relies heavily on fast-moving collaborative discussions, Slack usually feels cleaner and easier to navigate over long periods. Now, this is probably biggest area where Microsoft Teams pulls ahead technically. Slack does support video communication through huddles, and honestly, they work really well for casual collaboration. You can quickly jump into voice chats, solve problems fast, and leave without turning everything into a formal, scheduled meeting. And that lightweight approach actually fits startup culture very well. But Teams was clearly designed for enterprise conferencing from the beginning, so once you start hosting large meetings, webinars, presentations, or company-wide calls, Teams immediately feels more capable. You get meeting recordings, live transcription, whiteboarding, calendar syncing, breakout rooms, presenter tools, and much stronger participant management overall. Then, because it connects deeply with Microsoft 365, everything flows naturally into Outlook calendars, shared documents, and collaborative editing sessions. So if your company spends huge amounts of time in meetings every week, Teams honestly becomes difficult to ignore. Then there's ecosystem integration, which honestly might decide everything before features even matter. Slack is incredibly strong when your company uses lots of third-party SaaS tools. Whether it's project management platforms, developer workflows, CRM systems, automation apps, or customer support tools, Slack connects with almost everything, and because integrations feel lightweight and fast, workflows stay very flexible. That's one reason startups and tech companies still love it, because modern SaaS stacks usually involve dozens of different tools working together. Teams becomes strongest when your business already lives inside Microsoft ecosystem. If your company depends heavily on Excel, Word, PowerPoint, SharePoint, Outlook, and OneDrive daily, then Teams starts feeling less like an app and more like a central hub for entire company workflow. And honestly, Microsoft's ecosystem advantage is massive here, because instead of stitching together separate tools manually, businesses get a deeply integrated environment out of the box. Now, both platforms are pushing heavily into AI too, although they approach it differently. Microsoft integrates AI through Copilot, and honestly, it feels deeply embedded into the workflow itself. Meetings get summarized automatically, transcripts become searchable, missed conversations get condensed, and scheduling suggestions appear contextually across ecosystem. And because Copilot works across Microsoft apps too, the experience feels surprisingly unified. Slack AI feels more communication-focused. It helps summarize channels, surface relevant conversations, improve search, and reduce information overload across busy workspaces. So instead of transforming the entire workflow, Slack AI mostly improves speed and clarity inside communication itself. And honestly, that difference perfectly reflects the overall philosophy of both platforms again. Teams wants to centralize productivity. Slack wants to streamline communication. So, after using both, decision honestly comes down to how your team naturally works. If your business already runs heavily on Microsoft 365, hosts frequent meetings, and prefers structured workflows with centralized collaboration, then Teams probably makes more sense long-term. But if your company values speed, flexibility, cleaner communication, lighter workflows, and broader SaaS integrations, then Slack still feels incredibly hard to beat. And honestly, that daily feeling matters more than feature lists sometimes, because your team will interact with this platform constantly every single day. So eventually, the best communication tool becomes the one that people naturally enjoy opening instead of tolerating. That was all. Thanks for watching. If you found it helpful, give it a like and subscribe for more videos. And don't forget to share your experience in the comments.